You're not lazy. You're just stuck in a mental trap, a trap that most people live their entire lives in and never even notice. It's called cognitive bias, and unless you learn to see it, it controls everything you do. What you buy, who you trust, how you judge people, how you make decisions. Here's the brutal truth. Most people don't make decisions. They just react. They run on mental autopilot, convinced they're being logical when really known thinking traps the brain sets. You ever argued with someone and they just wouldn't listen? Yeah, that's probably bias. But you know what's worse? You do the same thing. I do too. Because our brains are wired for survival, not truth. And if you don't learn how to question your own thinking, you'll never rise above the average. You hear about a plane crash on the news, suddenly flying feels dangerous. That's the availability heuristic. Your brain assumes something is likely just because it's memorable. But statistically, you're still way more likely to die. Do you panic every time you shower? Didn't think so. That's how bias works. It feels like truth, but it's not. So what do you do about it? One habit, just one, can give you an edge over most people. It's called second-order thinking. Here's how it works. Most people stop at the first consequence. I'll skip the gym today, I'm tired. Sounds harmless, right? Second-order thinking goes, okay, I skip today. That makes tomorrow easier to skip. Next thing I know, it's been 2 weeks. I feel like a failure. Now I've lost momentum and self-respect. You don't just ask what happens now, you ask what happens next, and after that, you play the tape forward. That's how real thinkers operate. They don't just react, they analyze, strategize, predict. And it's not about being cold or robotic. It's about thinking with clarity when others panic. It's about being 5 steps ahead while everyone else is stuck on step 1. Your brain hates work. Thinking is energy expensive, so it cuts corners. That's why you'll scroll for hours instead of solving a problem. That's why you follow your gut instead of checking the data. But here's the good news. Just like muscles, your brain gets stronger when you push it. So start small. Before making a decision, pause. Ask yourself, what's the opposite of what I believe right now? Try to argue against your own opinion. Feels weird, right? That's the point. You're teaching your brain to think, not just feel. Here's the bottom line. Most people live inside their own mental echo chamber. They scroll, they consume, they react, but they rarely stop to challenge themselves. To ask, wait, what if I'm wrong? Is this emotion helping me or tricking me? Am I thinking or just following a script? You do this one thing, train yourself to pause and think deeper, and you'll start to see things no one else notices. It's not magic, it's not even talent, it's just mental discipline. And that discipline, it's rare, which is why people who master it tend to outsmart, outthink,